I secretly tucked a piglet into my arms and smuggled it into the classroom without my parents knowing. While I was taking notes, a constant snorting and shuffling sound kept coming from under my desk.
You gotta be quiet, okay? You're gonna get me in trouble.
I thought sticking a bottle in its mouth would keep it quiet through class, but instead, the little pig started pushing even harder against the underside of the desk. It was impossible for the teacher not to notice all that commotion.
Fern, what's in this?
Nothing.
Open it.
When an adorable piglet appeared from under the desk, the whole class burst out laughing, but the teacher's face darkened. My parents were called to the school, but instead of the scolding I expected, my mother gently told me that a pig isn't a doll, nor is it a baby that needs to be raised at home. It belongs in a pig pen. Her words only made me more stubborn. This piglet was the 11th born to our sow, but the mother only had 10 teats. Already underdeveloped, it couldn't compete with its stronger siblings for milk. So, to cut down on feeding costs, my father had decided the only option was to kill the poor runt. But in my simple chow-like world, every life was equally precious.
If I'd been born small, would you have killed me?
My father patiently explained that it was a weak runt that couldn't get enough milk anyway, and it would likely starve to death before long. Yet after hearing that, my resolve only grew stronger. I promised that I would protect this little life. I held the piglet gently in my arms and gave it a name, Wilbur. At night, I would sing lullabies and fall asleep holding him close. During the day, I'd push him along in a little cart strolling down sunlit streets. I didn't care about the strange looks from passers-by. My whole world revolved around this adorable piglet. But as Wilbur grew bigger and stronger, it became impossible to keep him at home. My father wanted me to put an end to this absurd idea of raising a pig as a pet.
Look, he's not a baby anymore, and I can't have you keeping what will soon be a 300-pound pet around the house.
No.
The other pigs had already been sold, and the shed was going to be converted to store farming equipment. There simply wasn't any space left for a pig, but I refused to give up. I had promised to take care of Wilbur, and I meant it. Seeing this, my mother suggested a compromise: send Wilbur to our neighbor across the street. He had a barn and kept plenty of animals. That way, Wilbur would have enough space to roam, and I could still visit him every day after school. Reluctantly, I agreed. The next day, I took Wilbur to the neighbor's barn and promised I'd come see him every evening. What I didn't realize was just how deeply Wilbur depended on me. Left alone in a strange place, he watched as I ran toward the school bus, his anxiety and longing growing heavier in the quiet barn. Wilbur instantly went wild with panic, his little body slamming against the fence. Ignoring the pain, he just wanted to get back to my side. The barn animals all came out to watch this jailbreak, but with Wilbur's stubby little legs, there was no way he could catch up to the school bus.
Wait, Fern, come back!
Run, pig! Be free!